Hello, my name is Tim Pearson. I'm a partner at CX100 and responsible for commerce strategy. In the video today, I wanted to talk about the importance for keeping up with upgrades for your commerce solution. In particular, I wanted to focus in on SAP Commerce, but the key points that we'll talk about in the video today could be applied to any platform. There are three key reasons or areas that I wanted to focus on in this video as it relates to keeping up with upgrades for your commerce solution. The first of those is supportability. Is that a word? It's the internet, right? Supportability. I just made up a word. So if you look at the current list of SAP Commerce releases and what's currently still supported today, we have to go back to the middle of 2019 to version 1905. So that is currently the oldest still supported version of SAP Commerce. So if you're running a version that's older than that, you're technically running on a version that's not supported anymore by SAP, mainstream support. So if you have an issue, it may cost you extra to be able to get support from SAP. Going all the way up to the most recent version that was released, 2105, that came out in July of this year in 2021. It's currently supported until August of 2023. So when it comes to maintaining a supported version of SAP Commerce, SAP releases a semi-major update, typically on a biannual basis. Support for those releases run anywhere from 2 to 3 years once a version is released. So why is this important? At minimum, once a year, you should be looking at adding a platform upgrade to your release schedule. Ideally, you would want to run the same release schedule that SAP currently does for the platform. So twice a year, you'll have on your release schedule a platform upgrade. So not only would this guarantee that you're on a supported version of the platform, but it's typically less labor intensive and sometimes easier to go through the upgrade process if you're constantly maintaining and keeping up with the releases as the SAP comes out with them. The second key reason as to why it's important to keep up with platform upgrades is security. We've all seen in the news far too many times reports of platforms being compromised. One of the easiest ways to guard your systems and your customers' data is to keep up with security patches. SAP releases what are called dot releases. These smaller releases can contain bug fixes or security patches. At its core, SAP Commerce is built from a suite of products that have been tailored by SAP to form their commerce solution. As those products receive security updates or patches, SAP makes sure to include those in an upcoming dot release so that SAP Commerce can maintain its security. These dot releases don't usually contain any new features, so the time to implement is typically much faster. In fact, there are times where you don't have to do anything at all other than making sure that you're using the latest version of the platform. So while there's no set schedule for these dot releases, SAP does provide notifications and security bulletins on their website so that you can become aware when things are available. Although we do recommend having someone on your team checking for these releases on some sort of scheduled basis to make sure that you're always keeping up and you don't happen to miss a security release. The third and final key reason as to why it's important to keep up with your platform upgrades is really specific to SAP Commerce, and it's the process of migrating to SAP Commerce Cloud. If you are one of the customers that are still running SAP Commerce either on-premise, in a data center, or even in one of the cloud hypervisors, then this reason is targeted at you. When the time comes for you to migrate to SAP Commerce Cloud, which is SAP's public cloud hosted solution for commerce, the version that you're running matters a lot. If you're not on a version supported by SAP Commerce Cloud or even supported by SAP, then you'll have to upgrade before you can move to the cloud. As we saw earlier in the video, the oldest version currently supported by SAP is 1905. Therefore, if you're not running at least that version, an upgrade will be a part of the project for you to move to the cloud. If that's the case, then this is where your project gets interesting. Make sure you listen carefully. Since you'll have to make upgrading your commerce solution as a part of the project for you to migrate to the cloud, you will need to make sure you deploy the upgraded SAP Commerce version all the way through to production. Now you might be asking, well, why? Why is that? SAP is still required to migrate the database and media for your solution from on-prem to cloud. In order for SAP to be able to do this, the on-prem version has to be the same as what's being deployed in the cloud. If it's not, then they won't be able to go through the process of migrating all of your data from your on-prem database to the cloud database. So to wrap up the video, keeping up with platform upgrades is vital to ensuring that your solution is supported, secure, and ready to move to the cloud when you're ready to move to the cloud. If you'd love to hear more about commerce solutions, upgrades, or best practices, please reach out to us across any of our social media accounts or visit our website, cx100.com, and drop us an email. We'd love to speak with you. Thank you for your time today. And if you have any suggestions on what you'd love to see in future videos, please let us know. Our goal is not only to demystify commerce, but to make sure that you're armed with the knowledge to succeed. Until the next one.